Tonight on The Roast, China seeks to increase the foreign investment limit and Bill Shorten is named Leader of the Opposition. But first, I want to tell you a story, although so does Mark and he won the coin toss, so...
A national crackdown on outlaw motorcycle gangs has taken place over the weekend, but still no crackdown on Segway gangs. Police arrested 57 people as part of the crackdown, named Operation Patch. Though, if you really want to punish outlaw bikies, might I suggest exposing them to Operation Patch Adams? Ugh. Queensland's Deputy Police Commissioner Brett Pointing said a national approach was needed because
criminals don't respect borders.
They also don't respect grammar. See, there should be an apostrophe after hell. Just saying. Seriously though, don't hurt me. Pointing also said that rewards of up to $500,000 will be offered in the event of a successful prosecution or shutdown of a criminal gang. The Deputy Police Commissioner is hoping people will come forward with information, but I don't like his chances when he's going up against the much bigger rewards offered by Millionaire Hot Seat. Commonwealth Bank ATMs stopped working Saturday night, no doubt leading to a rise in people buying $10 worth of chewing gum to get $20 cash out. The bank confirmed customers could not access their money between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. So much for their slogan, when you believe you can, because sometimes you can't, like between 7 and 10 p.m. As a matter of fact, every CommBank ATM in the country stopped working that night, much like the Trade Federation's droid army stopped working when the control ship was destroyed over the peaceful planet of Naboo. And now that the technology has proven ineffective, it's only a matter of time before the Commonwealth Bank grows a clone army. As if you don't have enough reasons to hate banks. Iran is reportedly planning to send another monkey into space. A monkey is the ideal candidate, as he's the only one within the Iranian space program who hasn't been traumatized by gravity. Good thing he didn't see it, otherwise that monkey would have been out of that space program quick smart. When are they going to crack down on monkey Segway gangs? New research shows that private school students don't perform any better in NAPLAN literacy and numeracy tests than public school students. Who knew reading skills couldn't be improved by installing a swimming pool? On the upside though, private schools do have better hats. Queensland Aquarium theme park Underwater World caught fire yesterday, sparking evacuations and also the possibility of it becoming a pop-up seafood restaurant. I can make that joke because no animals were harmed, and that includes the residents of the Turtle Temple. Investigators are returning to the area today, and Fire Commander Rob Frey says,
"We will certainly look at the aspect of it being suspicious."
Yeah, I think you better look at a fire at Underwater World being suspicious. The only fire that could be more suspicious is if Fire Extinguisher World caught fire. For The Roast, I'm Mark Humphries.
Thank you, Mark. Well, next up tonight, Bill Shorten is the new Leader of the Opposition after winning the election for Labor leadership over Anthony Albanese and making him the third person to lead Labor since the release of the movie Despicable Me 2. Shorten said of yesterday's result that
some of the leadership disunity in the past is now just that, in the past, and party members have provided us with unequivocal support.
So let's take a look at that unequivocal support. 52% to 48%. He won by an unequivocal 4%, which is about as close to disunified as is mathematically possible. And immediately following yesterday's win, Mr. Shorten's mother-in-law, Governor General Quentin Bryce, offered to resign from her position to avoid any perception of bias. But Prime Minister Tony Abbott declined her offer, confirming the perception that the position of Governor General is tokenistic and pointless. Besides, she's only in that pointless position until March next year, which leaves Shorten just 5 months to convince his mother-in-law that she should go down in history as the second Governor General to dismiss a federal government and the first to install her son-in-law as Prime Minister. And so to find out more about the new opposition leader / son Quentin always wanted, let's go to Nick Richardson.
Bill Shorten is the new leader of the Labor Party after winning an internal party election specifically designed to stop factional warlords like Bill Shorten from becoming leader of the Labor Party. But who is the man behind the factional faceless face? How did Bill Shorten become the man who would be Labor leader after he shortened the careers of everyone in the Labor Party, like some sort of Bill Shortener, or Bill Shorten for short? William Richard Shorten was born in 1967, here in Melbourne, to a union worker father and a lawyer mother, which clearly influenced him to do the modern Labor thing of getting an arts law degree and an MBA at university, and then the very old school Labor thing of becoming a union power broker for a couple of years before jumping ship to get into government. So, like a less hot Jack Sparrow, Shorten boarded Parliament and in 2007 unseated sitting member Bob Seacombe, giving Shorten his first political kill, which he justified by saying,
"We haven't won a federal election since 1993. When your footy team loses 4 consecutive grand finals, you renew the team."
You renew the team. with blood. Shorten also believed you renew the team after they nab a huge election victory. So he set about renewing the shit out of Kevin Rudd in 2010, before spending the next 3 years working under Julia Gillard, where it seemed that Bill's monstrous bloodlust had been sated. Until the 26th of June this year, when his dark passenger awoke on the afternoon of the leadership spill, leading him to betray the Prime Minister he installed, stab her in the back, and then reanimate the knife-filled corpse of Kevin Rudd. But this time there was also some collateral cabinet damage, which took his kill streak to 9 and allowed Shorten to unlock the chopper gunner perk. Which brings us to today, where after 6 short years in Parliament, Bill Shorten has crawled to the very top of the pile of Labor Party bones he helped create. And after playing a long game of pin the tail on the politician with a knife, Shorten has made it to the very top of the Labor Party. But if history has taught us anything, he's not done yet. My prediction? He'll divorce the Governor-General's daughter and climb to the very top of the Commonwealth by marrying baby Prince George and becoming Australia's first male Queen of England. So watch out, Elizabeth, because if anyone could dethrone a corgi-hoarding human stamp, it's the terrifyingly ambitious Queen Bill Shorten. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you, Nick. Well, finally tonight, Treasurer Joe Hockey has said that in the interests of securing a free trade agreement with China, the government might abandon its election promise to increase scrutiny of foreign investment in Australian farmland. A move that is sure to make Bob Catter shed a single tear, like a Native American who finds rubbish on his foreign-owned land. Now, under the current rules, any foreign company wishing to invest more than $248 million in Australian agricultural land must be scrutinised by the Foreign Investment Review Board, or FIRB. And China wants that $248 million FIRB threshold increased to $1 billion, while the coalition wants to drop it to just $15 million. Now, I'm no mathematician, and that's a good thing, because I wouldn't know how to resolve that difference. But neither does it seem does the Prime Minister, who says he wants a free trade agreement signed with China in 12 months and will take whatever we can get, which will make the battle for negotiating a deal beneficial to Australia about as difficult as Abbott keeping his word after an election victory.
I'll just write down what the Australian government is willing to offer.
Fine.
Yeah.
Oh, God, my client really did have a number more like this in mind.
Oh, goodness. That is a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
Oh, you see, this much money would require some kind of scrutiny.
Oh, God, would it really? Oh, that is such a bugger, because investing $1 billion, $15 million at a time really is a terrible inconvenience. I'll be on my way.
No, wait. Can I see it?
But it's only natural that other countries would look at Australia and dream of farming here. I mean, we've got a stable economy, fertile land, and if a farmer wants a wife, we give them 36 to choose from. And of course, one great advantage of having Chinese farms in Australia would be maintaining the tradition of our products being made in China, with all the national pride of them being made in Australia. But it would also make for some changes to the traditional image of Australian agriculture. For one thing, our iconic commercials might require some small adjustments.
My dad picks the fruit.
Or more specifically, my China-based foreign investment fund.
That goes to Chinese
Or possibly China.
to make the cordial that I like best.
Please realign your cordial preferences to Chinese manufactured flavoured waters.
So it's an important issue to resolve because, as Joe Hockey explained,
We need foreign investment because Australia cannot fund its own needs. It hasn't been able to fund its own needs since 1788.
I mean, of course, there was that brief 20-minute period after the first fleet arrived in 1788 when Australia was the richest, most self-sufficient country in the world, but it didn't last very long.
A new country, fresh start, free from reliance upon Mother England. We are our own men.
And what are we going to do about food and supplies?
We will borrow them from England.
Shit.
Those 20 minutes of self-reliance were the best 20 minutes in our nation's history. We'll never get back to the glory days of no infrastructure, total isolation and syphilis. Good night.